Okay. In the previous session, we have discussed about the capacity and economy of evaporator. So capacity is nothing but the kg of water evaporated per hour, and economy of an evaporator is kg of water evaporated per kg of steam fed. So these are the main two performance indicator of any evaporator. Now in the previous session we have discussed about the one of the solution for increasing the economy, because in the single effect evaporator the economy of an evaporator is always less than 1. So if you are feeding the 1 kg of steam to the single effect, then the kg of water evaporated in that single effect evaporator is always less than 1 kg. And on the basis of that ratio, if suppose that is 0.7 kg water evaporated, then 0.7 divided by 1 is less than 1. So whatever the number is, but that is always less than 1, which is find out experimentally. Now how to increase the economy? Because on the basis of this economy, the total cost of the operation or the process can be reduced. So there are mainly two ways to increase the economy of a single effect evaporator, or there are two solutions. One of the solution is multiple effect evaporator systems. So we have already discussed about the multiple effect evaporator systems. That is, we have discussed the triple effect evaporator, then different feeding arrangement, that is forward feed arrangement, backward feed arrangement, and mixed feed arrangement. And we have compared also the forward and backward and mixed feed arrangement. Now the second solution or the second way to increase the economy of a single effect evaporator is, it is called as recompression systems. That is called as vapor recompression, right? So the desired driving force can also be created by increasing the pressure of the vapor. So if we are going to increase the pressure of the vapor, then the economy of an evaporator can be increased by increasing the kg of water evaporated. So by using only a single effect, we can increase the economy, we can increase the quantity of kg of water of evaporated by increasing the pressure. So how to increase the pressure? How to increase the temperature difference or temperature drop? Because the temperature drop is nothing but the driving force for this heat transfer operation, that is for the evaporation. So again, there are two ways to increase the pressure, to increase the temperature drop. That is called as a mechanical recompression and a thermal recompression. So this is the diagram of the mechanical recompression which is applied to a forced circulation evaporator. So we have also discussed about what exactly the forced circulation evaporator is, because this forced circulation evaporator includes or involves an external agency. So in this diagram, the external agency is shell and tube heat exchanger, right? So due to this shell and tube heat exchanger, and that is of vertical element, it is called as forced circulation evaporator. And in this diagram, you can observe we are also using a compressor. So this is the main element through which or from which we can increase the pressure, we can increase the temperature difference. So we are using only a single effect. In the other solution, in the other method, we were using the 2 effect or 3 effect assembly. But in this assembly, we are using only a single effect evaporator. So by using the compressor, we can increase the pressure or we can increase the temperature difference. So how it happens, we will discuss. So in this diagram, please observe that here it is a feed. We are feeding that is we are providing the thin liquor or weak solution with the help of this centrifugal pump, because we are feeding this to the evaporator through this heating element, that is shell and tube heat exchanger, to increase the temperature of weak solution, so that we will get a good efficiency of the evaporator. So we are going to feed this weak solution or thin liquor through this shell and tube heat exchanger, and then we are going to provide this heated thin solution or heated thin liquor to this evaporator assembly. In this evaporator body, the mechanism is one and the same. That feed is getting or gaining the heat from the steam, and after getting the latent heat of the steam, the feed is going to heat and the temperature is going to increase. So with the help of sensible heat calculations, the temperature of this feed is going to increase, and after some time, after reaching the boiling point of solution, boiling point of water, this water is going to evaporate. So when these vapors are created in this vapor space, these vapors can be compressed with the help of this compressor. So why this is the need to compress these vapors? Because we have to increase the pressure, we have to increase the temperature drop. So for increasing the pressure, we are using this compressor. Now in this diagram, you can observe the reciprocating type of compressor is going to be used for compressing these vapors. So by compressing these vapors, we are going to increase the pressure, and we know that pressure is directly proportional to the temperature. So by increasing the pressure, we are going to increase the temperature. The other temperature is one and the same, and that is why the temperature difference is going to increase. If the temperature difference is increased, it means it is the driving force, that is delta T is going to increase. So if the delta T is going to increase, means the rate of heat transfer is going to increase. And in this way, we are using this compressor as an external element to increase the pressure, to increase the temperature, to increase the driving force, that is delta T, and we are getting more and more vapors, that is kg of water evaporated in this evaporator is more as compared to the normal single effect evaporator. We are increasing the pressure with the help of mechanical compression systems, and that is why this assembly is called as mechanical recompression system. So this mechanical recompression system is applied to the forced circulation evaporator, and we can increase the economy of an evaporator. So that is one of the solution. The other solution for this increasing the economy with the help of this vapor core recompression system is thermal recompression system. So in the thermal recompression systems, the compressor is replaced by the steam ejector. So from this diagram, you can observe the remaining things are same. That is, this is the feeding arrangement with the help of centrifugal pump. This is vertical element that is called as shell and tube heat exchanger. And after heating this feed or thin liquor, the thin liquor is going to fed to the evaporator. Whatever the vapors are generated from this evaporator body are going to increase the temperature with the help of this ejector. Now in this ejector, we know there is a divergent angle and convergent angle and a throat. The design of this ejector or steam ejector is such a way that high pressure steam is going to pass through this assembly, and we can decrease the boiling point of these vapors, or we can increase the pressure as well as the temperature. Now in this case, we are going to use the high pressure steams, means the temperature of these vapors can be increased simultaneously the pressure is also going to increase. Now we are going to increase the temperature of the vapor, and that is why it is called as thermal recompression systems. So with the help of the high pressure steam, with the help of this steam ejector, if you are increasing the temperature of vapor, if you are going to increase the pressure of the vapor, if you are going to increase the delta T, that is driving force, then we can get the more and more kg of water evaporated in this evaporator body, and in this way we can increase the economy of an evaporator. So in this assembly also we are using only single effect evaporator, the forced circulation evaporator, that is a shell and tubet exchanger and centrifugal pump assembly. And if you are going to use steam jet ejector for increasing the temperature and pressure, then it is called as thermal recompression. If you are using the compressor, then it is called as mechanical recompression systems. So these are the two recompression systems under vapor recompression, where we can increase the economy of an evaporator. Thank you.